Hello everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria with today's plank story. Again, I encourage you to do plank. It's a great move, but maybe you want to reach up and stretch up and take a deep breath and then round forward over your legs. I don't know. Or another move of maybe you just want to give yourself a hand massage or a wrist massage if you've been at the computer all day. So there's movement in that too. All right, let's get the clock on. Here we go. So since last week we were talking about my dad teaching me how to pee like a man, I was thinking of all the interesting toilets we've found in our travels, which might be a plank with a little TMI. But so of course, if you travel a lot, every once in a while you'll come across just a hole in the floor where you have to squat. That's not that atypical. And then years ago when Matt and I were hiking the Inca Trail, they had these little huts for toilets, and they had actual toilets in them, but there was no running water. So when you came out of the toilet, there was a big barrel with a bucket in it, and the barrel was filled with water, and you'd fill the bucket and you'd use that to flush the toilet, the force of kind of throwing that into the toilet. But what was really awkward about that, because that in and of itself wasn't a problem, is that sometimes to be nice and helpful, the porters would be waiting outside and they would offer to flush it for you. And I would try to say no, I can do this myself, but they would insist. And so that just never felt good to me. I don't ever need anyone to flush for me, right? I can flush myself. And then Matt and I were doing a trip to Bolivia and Chile, and we were driving. We had a driver taking us through the Atacama Desert. And we'd been driving through the desert for a couple of days, and we were going to cross the border at a bus station. So the driver was taking us to a bus. We were going to get on the bus and cross the border. And I had to go to the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh, we're not far from the bus station. If you can hold it, there's a bathroom there." And so I'm like, okay. And when we get to the bus station, there's no building. What there is a few other cars that have come to bring people to the bus that's picking us all up, and an abandoned bus. And he points to the abandoned bus. He's like, "Oh, that's the bathroom." And I'm like, "Oh, so I go in that bus?" And he's like, no, just walk on the other side of it. And basically, you're in the desert. So if people were coming from the other side, they're going to see you going to the bathroom. But from where the bus picks people up, you were blocked. But when you went around the bus, it's not like there were makeshift barriers. You'd see anyone going to the bathroom. And clearly a ton of people had gone to the bathroom on the other side of this bus, as did I, before getting on the bus that was going to drive us. So those are some of our worst bathroom experiences, but always interesting. That is a 2.5-minute plank story. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep moving.